Hello, this is Matt. Thank you so much for listening. I am just jumping in for a quick sec before the episode because if you have been listening to this show for a while, you might not know that we have a YouTube channel. Not only do the normal Leadership Launchpad episodes get shared there in video form, but I've also started posting shorter solo episodes that focus on just one simple tip to improve your leadership ability. This show today is actually going to be one of those episodes. So if I'm ever talking about visuals and they don't make sense, go ahead, pop over to YouTube, search for Better Everyday Studios, and then subscribe there for the full experience. Thanks. Seriously, I am never going to forget this meeting. It was just after I had become a manager, and even during the meeting, there was a voice at the back of my head saying, "Matt, no, don't do it. Don't make this mistake." But I did. I kept going. It's a mistake that I made. It's a mistake I have seen countless managers make, and that's why I want to talk about it today, so that you don't make the same mistake. But before we dive into that, I want to say that if you're a regular of this channel, welcome back. If you are new, my name is Matt Gjertsen. I'm a former Air Force instructor pilot and head of talent development at SpaceX. If you're looking for actionable advice on how you can better lead your team and build the talent in your organization, this is the channel for you. So make sure to subscribe. So what is this meeting? What was happening? Like I said, it was just after I had become a manager at SpaceX, and it was a meeting about leadership development, which is what I do now. And it was a meeting with somebody from another team, another training team within the company. And the person, it was myself and one other person on my team, and then it was this other leader. And they were asking me about what our plans were for leadership development. And for various reasons, I kind of just dove right in. I took it kind of defensively and dove right in and explained my whole philosophy about what we were trying to do, what we were going to create around leadership development. The problem is that the other person in the room who was from my team is the person I had just hired to be in charge of leadership development. And so while I was diving in to explain what all of our great and amazing plans were, I was really stepping all over them and not letting them say their plans. And this I think is the key thing that is the number one mistake new managers make. And it's that you are constantly trying to prove yourself. You are used to being an individual contributor where your ability to solve problems is the number one thing that makes you successful. It is what makes you valuable. But as a leader, the thing that makes you valuable is creating an environment and building a team that can solve problems and by doing that, solve bigger problems. And so what I was doing there, I immediately dove in to explaining how I was going to solve this problem, because that's what I was used to, because I felt insecure in my role and wanted to prove myself. But what I was doing is just taking all of the power away from this new person on the team. I was making it seem like I didn't believe in them, like I didn't trust their judgment, by not letting them step forward and really have their own voice. And if I had been a better leader, if I had been a leader who was more confident and was more willing to and more ready to build a team that was going to go solve these problems, then when somebody challenged me saying, "Hey, what are your plans for leadership development?" I said, "I'm very glad you asked that question. Luckily, we just brought on this amazing, capable person to the team. I'm going to let him explain what his plans are, and then I would be backing him up." Now, that's not to say that you are always putting your people forward. Sometimes there's situations where maybe you as the leader are the one who's supposed to have the voice and you're listening to them and then speaking for them. But in general, the challenge that most new managers have is simply talking too much. And that's why there's a Tim Ferriss question. Tim Ferriss always ends his podcast by asking people a question of, if you had a metaphorical billboard that everybody in the world could see, what would be on it? And for me, when I think about a metaphorical billboard that every manager can see, it's simply this: just stop talking. The mistake that you're going to make as a new manager is almost always going to be talking too much, whether that's in meetings like I was just talking about, or in meetings with your team where somebody comes to you with a problem and you immediately propose a solution instead of working with them to craft a solution that they are kind of the author of and you're just helping them along the side. It's the art of asking questions instead of giving answers. And so when you are a new manager, every meeting that you go into, every situation that you go into, you should be game planning it out to always think about, how can I talk less in this conversation? How can I put other people forward? If you do that, that is going to make the people on your team feel more engaged. It's going to make the people on your team feel more empowered. And paradoxically, it's going to make you seem more confident as a leader. And so that is why my final advice is always just stop talking. I hope you found this helpful. My goal is to always provide actionable things that you can just go and put into place in your work every day. So give this a try. Let me know in the comments if it helps out, and I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for listening in on the conversation. I hope you got as much out of it as I did. If you are a manager yourself and you're looking for more insight onto how to better lead your team, please make sure to check out some of our other amazing episodes. If you are responsible for developing leaders in your organization and you're struggling to make programs that actually change behavior and actually impact the business, please reach out so we can figure out how to make your organization better every day. Drop me a line using matt@bettereverydaystudios.com. I look forward to the conversation.